Kuna useo wako ndwetembua kila ninando nina utano lakini kibinduni ngwetie kwea nengemedo makona we mubando. Kuna useo wako ndwetembua sisi alayo wakana kaku uayako epeteke sisi alayo wakana kaku uayako epeteke meteka meteka meteke uayako epeteke meteka meteka meteke uayako epeteke jisika naningotona neweka madina ni mainge ngoya kwa ninoete nengemedo makona we movango kona useo wako ndwetembua nenge bina wakwekea kitone kinge muno. My eyes are blind, give me your eyes, oh Lord, let me see. Oh, skara-ba-da-da-ba-di-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, skara-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, layo wakana kaku, uayako esisi alayo, sisi alayo wakana kaku, uayako epeteke meteka meteke uayako epeteke meteka meteke uayako epetela mutongo yanga ibuayake nakukwatelela mutongo yanga ibuayake meteke meteka meteke uayake meteke 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 uayake Don't you give up.
All night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
I got flows, hii mizizi kauna po tuna fast forward. Mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. I'm on a ngoja wa kupik kama raffle. Kaza hustle.
Warazi watembe ulimishoka bado na skill ya wembe. Injili meoga itabak ni wapende. Soka mna mboga hizi buzz ni kasembe. Wako chuma utadhani wame crossbreed na metal. I don't bite niko soki na dental. Mitaani najua mbogi ma metro. Yesu makamagera na ameshogi wa metro.
Wanawake pekee aje duniani ili atufie. Sababu ya damu yake mimi na wewe tuna uzima wa milele. Haijalishi na mapiga sala, Mola atakupa namna, atakuvusha salama, ngori atageuza sawa.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe. Na sifa zake zitambe.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe. Na sifa zake zitambe. I know my Jehovah is good for real. Nothing can change my mind on him. Ananipenda, trust me for free. Kila nakoenda is my company. You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato. Devo nakula kichapo. Lipo ni papo. Maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only.
time is money so I spend kwa miss. I wanna content, tushawa frightened kuandika. Hapa ni buzz bila license ya lika. Umetu equip na hisi high sense na mika. No digni hundio mwito, original hundio mpiko. Jiwe na lao, we live in a mission. Hey, hey, nakani negative, the better keep off. Hey, rara rara na yesu is wrong.
You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato, devo nakula kichapo, lipo ni papo, maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only. Fast forward, mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. I'm on a ngoja wa kupika marathon, kaza hustle.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Good morning, my loves. Good morning, Sheversations. You are here with me, Miss Caroline Murote, on the hottest show on Power Radio. Pop, 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 pop. Good morning, good morning. It's a Friday. Are you excited? Are you excited? I'm excited, actually. I'm excited every single day of the week, whether it's Monday or Wednesday or Friday, but especially Friday, because, you know, it's the weekend. What plans do you guys have for the weekend? We mean to go a camp chat. Because, see, you already know how we do here. I'm a Jesus girl. And yeah, my life is all about sinanga maisha, guys. Except from coming to work, going to church. And if one of you wants to feed me, then we'll do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing this particular weekend. Because our church is celebrating its 10th year anniversary. 10th year anniversary. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing at a reconciliation at the Cross Ministries Palengara shopping complex, a 5th floor from today, Saturday, and Sunday. So where are you guys gonna be? Let me know. Holla at your girl at Power Radio across all social media platforms. That would be X, Twitter, that would be Facebook, that would be Instagram, and speak to me directly on Caroline_Murote and Caroline Murote on Facebook, on X, and wherever it is that you you can holler at me in the streets, you know, if you see me. But I can know I'm lying. Ntakulenga. If you're like, pss, pss, pss. Like, why do men do that, guys? Why do they like, sister, what's that? Missy Umbwa. I'm not like some animals. I'm like, as in, unadu. By the way, Kama, you've been the kind of a person to do that. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Just look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, no. No is a very powerful word. Just tell yourself no, jikataze. Like, just refuse. Refuse to be that guy. Please refuse to be that guy catcalling women in the street. How's the weather looking? The weather is okay. The sun is not necessarily shining, but it's not looking gloomy either. It just looks like it's just going to be a chill day, a windy day. And honestly, I am here for it. Are you guys okay? Are you doing well? New Year's, ama year's resolutions, zinawapeleka aje. Because sasa niliwapea chance August, nikawapea chance September to start over the year. Mi nikawambia nilikuwa naanzisha yangu August. And in the past 2 months, I've done a lot, guys. Imagine some of these things don't actually need the whole year to be achieved. Some of them just need you to start. Just get started. So I've done a lot of planning. I've done a lot of things that would make me feel like I have achieved and accomplished stuff that is worth me remembering 2024 for. So what are you remembering? Because even as we, cruise into November is normally a very sentimental month, a month where, people have Thanksgiving, a month where people close, my biz, people close, watoi wanafunga shule. Okay, washafunga sai. So, hey, wazazi wa CBC, poleni. Watoto ni wenu. Like, those are your kids, guys. Mnajua hii kitu ya kupeleka watoi boarding, guys. I know. Mtakuja hapa mnishautie, mtanichukia. But it's honestly it's just not how it was meant to be. Hey, wacha niwajenge. Honestly, guys, the boarding school system, ilitoka kwa koloni. Yeah, I said what I said. Let it shock you. Now, wale kusema, inafunza watu survival skills. Guys, why are we surviving? Why are you teaching a 14-year-old to survive? Atina kufunza survival. Are we in the wild? Like, if we want to accept that our country is the wild, ni sawa. But we want to normalize making teenagers survive. What are we surviving? It's really okay if your child can just live through life and not have to gain survival skills. It's one thing to educate your child. It's another thing to say that sending them into a system which is not ideal for their mental health, not ideal for their parenting needs, whatever you should steward into your child as a parent is not met when they are in school 75 or 80% of the year. You can't see them. So who raises your kids? Teachers who don't care about them 90% of the time. If you went through the boarding school system, you already know that 90% of the teachers don't care. Number two, their age mates. Imagine 14-year-olds raising 14-year-olds. Imagine. So let's just be honest with ourselves that some of these systems that we have accepted and embraced and started to see the advantage of are really not ideal. And if we want to up the way that we live our lives, we're going to have to start having honest conversations. So as you are CBC, I am very happy that y'all are going to spend a good 2 months plus na watoto wenu. They are your children. And let me tell you, it's literally like, niseme aje, that's how it's supposed to be. Parents are supposed to live with their kids until the age of 18 or even older, depending on, can they stand on their own 2 feet? Like until somebody is 18, honestly, wanafaa kuwa mtoto wa mzazi. In an ideal situation, you go home to your parent. Kila siku namuliza, waliniambia hivi leo nifanye. Like, what am I supposed to do? Pesa, how do I save money? Like, imagine, guys, 3 months or 2 months or 3 weeks in a year is not enough for you to parent your child for their whole teenage years. Preteen years into teenage years. It's not. So we shouldn't be confused as to why the generations are so divided. It's because we don't have relationships with our parents, because that education system really, really separates us from our kids, especially if it's not the kind where your child can just go home as they want. Like, we know stories where kids die in school, where your child is sick and they were not given a sick leave. They were not allowed to go home. Any system that encourages and allows that kind of oppression of children is not meant for our success as a country. So whether it has a couple of advantages or not, in kama kusema slavery came with advantages. Do you understand? That's just not the language that we use. It's not the language. It's like, what's another thing? No, let me not just say this one. This one might trigger people. But no, I'm not going to say that one. That one would trigger a couple of you. But yeah, ni kama kusema, advantages of slavery. And I'm like, slavery na advantages, guys. Slavery and advantages. Like, imagine people are better off if they were never enslaved in the first place. Like, it would be better if we're supposed to remain in our primitive state. Tungefika pia sisi tungefika civilization at our own time without having our cultures and identities stripped away. So it's the same thing of saying, advantages of this system. Ndio, kila kitu unaeza angalia upate advantages. You can even see the advantages of a man who beats his wife. Unaeza sema hata uyo bibi anakuanga na heshima. Useme ati sasa mabibi wanafaa kuchapwa juu at least inamsaidia kuogopa, asiongee sana, asichome, asitumie pesa vibaya, alele watoto vizuri because anaogopa the husband. But when it's coming from violence, is that really an advantage? No, a lot of these things can be achieved without having to oppress somebody. So that's what I have to say about our boarding school system. So every time I hear kids are going home, I'm like, what did you think? Like, do you think it's normal to send your kids away and then you're unhappy when they're home with you? Those are your kids. You're literally their primary caretaker. Iyo si kazi ya government na si kazi ya shule. It is your job as a parent and as a family to be the one spending the most time with your kid. So sasa tuzoeane venye watu walizoeana during COVID anyways. If you're just coming in right now, kanipata mid-event, mid-rant, we are here on Sheversations 11:15, 11:15, and we entered the show with the beautiful sound of Manasseh Shalom saying Mbua, and we had Rada from Carrera, Laura, and Stony Jiwe. Right about now, we are going to hear from Kinoti saying Niwe and Bridget Blue saying Kesho. Enjoy.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? They say don't you rush it if you want it to last forever. For your love I'd wait till hell freezes over. And when it rains, you can stay under my umbrella. We'll make it through the storm, it don't matter the weather. Baby, can't you see a future planned with me? Cause I do see one with you. So I'ma write this song to you. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? See, I love you cause I want to, I'm not forced to. I'ma treat you like a real man is supposed to do. Eventually, I get down on one knee and ask you if you wanna spend your life with me. Mware no komenya kwendete utuko na modenya. Somebody's daughter niye tunaota. My light in the darkness, baby, when in your time. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, 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 where? Would you anywhere, 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 anywhere? Would you anywhere? Oh, let me say it, Pat.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Some days you feel like the world is on fire. Some days you feel like you're swimming and flying. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like you wanna chase what you don't see. But some days you feel like you're floating up high. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and sing out. What more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge. Hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya, kesho naamka upya. Some days I know that you think of surviving, but you sleep and wake up and don't feel like fighting. But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar. But some days you know that their words, they mean nothing. So how but you try this time. Lifting up your head and say, what more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge, hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta, kesho naamka upya.
When I go black, your flower, no, I'll let you bloom to the waters of my fantasy. Let your soul feel this harmony. Push it closer, call it to zoom. Let me ignite every part of you. Spell it out, mama, tell me what you're feeling. Let my actions be what you're thinking.
Cause it tastes like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa man. You're my girl.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, you're my man. I wanna climb to the top of the mountain, let you cruise on this endless sea. Open up the windows to your soul, I want you to see what you do to me. Watch my spirit melt into your arms, freeze this time so we'll never be apart, baby. I know you're comfortable under my skin, so don't let go. We'll make clouds, let the energy flow from my head to my toes. Like this bliss, let's get lit. Wake back up, then we do it again, baby.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa man. You're my girl.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, you're my man.
Somebody call for my girl, call for my cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight's at west side, you're always gonna be my number one.
Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is at west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, papi. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Tell me what you want so that I can make you happy because I am your number one. That was LeBond and Asu Zia. And right before that, we had Bridget Blue saying Keshaw and Kinoti with Niwe. Because you, my Sheversationalist, you are my fave. Forever my fave. I will keep reminding you until eternity that kama kuna mtu anakupenda huku nje, I love you. I love you. Unapendwa na mimi. Sindio? Ama, you know guys, my Swahili is normally so embarrassing. Itabidi mnipende venye niko. So what's going on this morning? What's happening? Hey! Guys, sasa simkingia pale BBN basic. I wouldn't recommend, but this is what I do. That's what I do, because mimi spendi udaku. So if I want to know what's going on in this city, lazima nitafute watu wenye wanapenda udaku. So what's actually happening? What's going on is that, guy, food carts, hizi manini za smoky, aki masonko anapita hapa na helicopter, guys. Work hard so that during work hours ni nyinyi mnabebwa huku nje. Because sindio, that's the life, that's the aspiration. Food carts are being kept in a public restroom pale CBD. Makats za smoky zenye mnakulanga na za mayai pasua, smoky pasua, hizo mawaru mihogo. What? They're crawling in my skin. I'm just like, whoo, digivia. Gosh, it's a lot. As in, if you're just a Nairobian, we unakulanga hizo smokies. Unajua tu kuna siku itakupata na njaa, and then you're like, iko nini, wacha ninunue, let me just do this thing. Guys, hizo vitu zinawekwa kwa choo. Let me just take a moment to recover my gag reflex before I puke. Because what is that? That's disgusting. That is disgusting. But you know what it tells me? The state of poverty in our city means that if you're a small-time vendor, hauna mali ya kuweka hizo vitu. Hauna pesa. So mse mwenye akona choo, anaona space. Mse mwenye akona hizo carts, anaona affordability. So what does it tell me? It tells me about a broken system. Yes, the individuals themselves wanafaa cancel them. Lay them on the ground and whip them, please. Thank you. The fact that that's actually happening in a system, because wewe as a business owner, surely, which level-headed person mwenye ako sawa anaweza weka equipment zake za chakula ndani ya choo? Yani, choo venye zinalukanga vibaya huku nje. Hizi za CBD, mmewahi pita hapo ama kuingia ndani? It's bad. There's normally urine everywhere. It smells bad because obviously the upkeep is not the best. It's very sad that somebody, has settled for that. And honestly, it's the systems here. It's the economic systems in our city, the economic systems in our country. I don't think that this is something that people want to do for fun. Sindio? Haya. Do I want to talk about the murders? I'm not going to talk about that. I am sufficiently triggered. Leo mi sijiski tu kuongelea watu wenye I don't. Imagine guys, it's triggering when every day it's death, it's femicide, it's murder, it's GBV. It's actually very triggering. And honestly, sometimes for you to continue being a human being who's not falling apart on a daily, sometimes you just need to take a break. Because last week, kulikuwa na hizi story. When I came to work on Wednesday, there was other stories. Sai, kuna stories zingine. This week, people have just been killing women and girls for fun. As if they're being paid. As if they are passionate about it. I don't actually want to get into that. Aha. Kitu yenye nataka kuongelea leo ni hizi ma relationships zetu, because pale kuna Warren na and Whitney. And their kids, guys, 20-something-year-old guy, 20-something-year-old girl who was, they were in a relationship. She was 19 in first year, got pregnant for this guy. They were living together. Apparently, akawanunulia nyumba, and then they've broken up. So now he's fighting with bloggers, Nicholas Kyoko and Wambo Ashley, who had previewed a teaser of, find out what happened the time when XYZ. Guys, first of all, mimi nataka kuelewa. I genuinely want to understand how imekuwa sawa. It's become okay. It's become acceptable. It's become acceptable for a 19-year-old to plan to become pregnant. Sawa tu, Niako, we're not helping you raise that child. It's okay. You're not asking us for money. You have enough funds, but like mentally, guys, is money and a body that is able to carry a pregnancy, is that all that is needed to bring a child into this world? No. You also need to be mature. You need to have good mental health, because ona huyu mtoto hata hajaka 1 year and they're already a public couple that have broken up in public. Kids, literally kids. Now to walisema, because Kenyans are haters, we know we're born opposition. Watachana. And my thing is, why is it acceptable for a 19-year-old to be planning a pregnancy with her boyfriend that she's cohabiting with? Hakuna rurasho, hakuna mahari umelipiwa, hakuna ndoa, nothing. You're just deciding, come we tap, we stay together and use money on each other. But you see, there's no level of commitment. There's no commitment except for this child. This child is going to bear the brunt of the burden of the ties that you have, because there's no intentional level of commitment. And guys, it's unintentionality. And I know there's people out here who want to fight against systems and society. Oh, sijui, oh, it's marriage is oppression. Oh, sijui, we're what's the word? When you take the power away from an institution, that thing. I know there's a lot of people who feel very strongly, but that's because of the trauma that they have seen within these institutions, because these institutions have been misused. Ukienda hospitali utibiwe vibaya na daktari mwenye hakuwa anajua kenye anafanya ama akakufanyia hiyo makosa on purpose, utasema utawahi enda hospitali tena. So can we please stop demonizing institutions that actually work, were actually created by God? So if you're not going to do it the God way, then you don't understand how the thing works. Because if I want to know how my laptop works, if it is a HP laptop, nitatafuta manual from HP. I'm a similar device which works in the exact same way that my device works, so that I can understand, okay, how do you switch this thing on and off? Nikitaka kutype Word document naitafuta wapi? If I need to make a spreadsheet, where do I go? So if you realize that institutions like marriage either come from cultural setups or religious setups, and you're not observing either of the two when you're going into these things, then that's why they don't work, because you're not using it correctly. If I start trying to use my HP like a MacBook, it's going to fall apart. I'm going to be upset and frustrated if I'm thinking, oh, if I'm trying to close a file and I'm expecting the button, the icon to look like what it looks like on a MacBook, on my HP, on my Windows machine. How does that make any sense? So it's the same thing. If you don't use things the right way, if you don't use the marriage of institution the right way, if you don't honor it the right way, of course it's gonna fall apart. Because this is the most intentional union that has ever existed in culture and in religion, in both. So the fact that people think that liking each other and making this decision is enough without being realistic about the amount of work, culturally, socially, emotional labor, physically, that needs to go into keeping this union successful, people are very unrealistic. So if you choose to do marriage-like things outside the space of marriage, Pia, it's still gonna fail, because there is a particular way that God created us. Honestly speaking, this is an unpopular opinion, but it is my opinion. And at some point, some of us will realize that it is the truth. And we're allowed to say what we think. People are allowed to have babies the time that they want. Lakini, when you're 20 and you have a baby that's not even 1 year old, now publicly mnapigana online. What kind of a future are you setting your child up for? Because your child is going to grow up and see these videos. So I often ask myself about these people. Ni sawa tu, you have a right to do everything, but not everything that is permissible is beneficial. That's a scripture from the Bible. All things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial. Think about that. You can do what you want, that the law allows you to do, but it doesn't mean that you should. It doesn't mean that you should. Just because you can get pregnant at 19 or impregnate somebody's daughter at 19, when you're also a 20-something-year-old man with no form of commitment, no form of accountability, does not mean that you should. So let's just be honest about that. So akipigana about, oh, please don't slander us, please don't slander them. But at the same time, this is a caution to young couples out there. Guys, don't do things just because you can. Don't do things just because you can. Please no. Alafu kuna hii, I'm not the bride, I'm the bride's friend. I'm not the bride, I'm the whatever, and then they say the bride with an L, bride. It's so bad, guys. I don't even understand. This is brain rot. Kama hujawai sikia your neno here, I've said it on Sheversations. It is brain rot when things just become popular on social media and then they completely lose their value, because unapata watu wenye they don't know how to speak English, and that's okay, but then now they're doing this trend that just makes them look dumb. Guys, if your friends are doing this trend and they look terrible, Ebu just take their phones away and delete. Just go enter their social media, trick them into entering their social media accounts, tafuta password somehow, delete. Just be a good friend. Ni mimi nimesema. Like wakikuliza ati why would you do that? Tell them it's me. Ni mimi nimesema. Can people just stop embarrassing themselves on social media with some of these trends? Please no. I need a break to breathe because y'all are stressing me out. And now we're going to hear from a skinny Chemtai Sage, because even your nyinyi wengine mnakaa tu maskini, guys. Do better.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Candy rates, and your voice lights up my face. You're driving me up and down. I'm scared what you're doing to me. I get a rush in my life to love you. I get a high from just thinking about you. I'm on the edge. It's like you're breaking my heart in two. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Oh baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? I'm crazy for your love. The way I feel, I don't know who and what is real. The love that you give to me is a reality. It's like I'm high in the sky on a drug messed up. I'm waiting on a cure to this illness stuck on you. And I don't know what to do. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you're messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you're messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Oh baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? I'm crazy for your love. Tunavyofanana, kila saa tunavyokutana, you make my head go banana. Ooh Lord, I'm crazy for your love. Unavyofanana, kila saa tunavyokutana, you make my head go banana. Ooh Lord, I'm crazy for your love. What am I gonna do, baby? Your love. Crazy for your love. I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? Oh baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do?
kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Aish. It is 20 minutes to 12. 20 minutes to 12. And guys, the onlines. Because tell me why would somebody just be chilling in their car on Thika Road traffic? Because Thika Road traffic is for the books. Award-winning traffic. Honestly, like award-winning. You see a guy hopping, he looks suspicious, and then you decide, I'm going to record. So you just record this guy robbing another guy's phone. Kwa gari yake. And that's it. Like, there's nothing, you couldn't have honked. Ungesema hoi. Like, no, you just decided to record. Aki Kenyans make me happy. Like, munani shangazanga, but also you make me happy because what? Like, if you don't cry, you must just laugh. So this guy just recorded, like, he's in the car. And he sees this guy is about to steal somebody's phone in their car with their window down. And the one who's the thief is on foot, obviously. Yani, you have enough time to follow him with your camera and watch him say, but you couldn't have honked. Ungesema mwizi atoroke. Guy. Yani, that's how people are like, bora tu hainiguzi, mi niko sawa. Is that how people, like, amnanga utu kuinje? Humanity. In Botswana, we say boto. It means humanity. You know, I told you guys, I'm from around, you know, so I'm a mini msichana wa Murema, lakini pia nakuanga girl from the desert, the Kalahari desert, you know, and uko tunasemanga boto, like you don't have humanity. Na uku inaitwa utu. You see this Bantu languages venye zinaenda, like they're matching. But like, oh my goodness, wow. This lady, man, whoever it is that recorded this video that's on BNN Basic from literally 43 minutes ago, could have honked and shouted, Mwizi, because that's what you do, right? And huyo mwizi angetoroka, and other motorists would have started honking because kila mtu angekuwa rada. Like unasikia tu mtu akihonk pia we una honk. Like unashtuka tu una honk. And that guy would have run away and this person's phone would have not been stolen. So what's happening is that you lot are crazy. You guys need therapy. Please. On another level, I see therapy yenye nahitaji mimi. No, because yes, we all need therapy. But guy, that's like, we need to, in classes, like nyinyi wenye mko na hii shida muingie block D. Alafu nyinyi, what's that? Ni sawa tu, tuendelee na maisha. Hey, so uku nje kumewaka the past couple of days because wase wadani huku wamelipa ma influencers. Ndio wakuja hapa watu oil wa rub wool over our eyes. So yeah, one of the people is Valentine Anyango alikuwa pale Citizen TV primetime news being interviewed. Nakasema, if the president says that Adani is a good deal for us, then as a country we need to believe that because he's the head of the nation. Kai, woo! The amount of delulu, niliwambia guys run. Anything that has to do with Adani, just run because our bills na our airports. You see those goals you have, those holiday vacation, mnaenda aje? Which planes, which airlines are you gonna use? Because these guys are taking over. They're taking over our airport. They're gonna take over. So there's a couple. Wanasema, I don't want to say a lot of names. Like you at least amejiongelea. Akasema ati, yeah, no, Adani is a good deal. Valentine is such a beautiful name. You're supposed to be full of love. What happened? Aki, if Valentine is your friend, just give her a hug. Tell her to stay home. Ivo too. Nothing much. Just say, girl, just stay home. For the next 3 months, just stay home. Think about your life. You really need to reflect. Mwambie asimame kila siku aende ajiangalie kwa kioo. Reflect. Ajiangalie kwa macho. Ajiite kwa mkutano. Alafu ajiambie, say it with me, no. Ajiambie no. I told you guys, no is a powerful word and people out here just need to be told no. Sometimes you remember when we were growing up and our mothers just looked at us and they didn't need to say anything. I'm just upping the communication. Sometimes you just need to look at somebody and say no. So Valentine, no. we see what you're doing, and what you said was rubbish and nonsense. So because somebody's the head of the country, we just do what they say. Democracy? Does that ring a bell? What is democracy? What's democracy? We're not in an oppressive state. We're not in a dictatorship. I'm being delusional. Labda tushafika up when I'm the one who's being delusional. But yeah, guys, that's what's been happening. And yeah, we said we're not going to talk about murders, not because they don't deserve airtime, but because honestly, personally, I lack capacity. I lack capacity. On Monday, we're going to be here talking about social justice and mental health. And we're going to address what's been going on in Kenya with all of the femicide, all of the murders, all of the homicides. It's bad. It's very, very bad. It is very, very bad. That's all I'm going to say. It's a bad situation and we all just need to say no. So for today, I'm just taking a mental health break from talking about this really, really, really triggering things. So right about now, before we head over into our powerful woman segment, because that's what we do on Fridays, we shout out the ladies who are doing the thing. We are going to hear from Atendo Willie saying "See You Siri" and Billy Black saying "Match On." Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ona kule tumetoka, na mbona sasa unasema umechoka? Ama ushampata Casanova anayekupatia lishe bora? Kwanza nakumbuka tukianza vile uliniahidi tutapendana forever. Na sasa ni kwa nini ukaniweka chini miaka zaidi ya 2 sasa ungamua unaenda? Ni kipi sina? Ni kama tena haunijui jina, no. Na haukujikinga, nasikia tena ushapewa mimba. Na sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza. Mwanzo tulikuwa kwa gorofa, mapenzi yetu ikaporomoka, baadaye ukajuka nichoma, usikujua jua pia ni nyota, na ukweli sasa inaonekana, niliyempenda pia ameshanikana. Nilimpea kila kitu, nikampenda kila siku, sheri akageuka mdanganyifu, maswali zangu hawezi jibu, ni kipi sina? Ni kama tena haunijui jina, no. Na haukujikinga, nasikia tena ushapewa mimba. Na sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza. Bali niko, sikutaki mabaya, haya yameshafanyika mama, umeshanizika mama, ndani ya shimo uliniwacha pabaya, haya yameshafanyika mama, mapenzi yetu ishazama. Sio siri ma, umeniumiza. Oh no no, sio siri ma, umenimaliza. Oh no no, sio siri ma, umeniumiza. Oh no no, oh no no.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
And whisper a prayer, the love that was lost is finally found. Dry your tears, for it won't be long. The rainbow comes after the rain. just over the hill. Let go of doubt, but hold on to faith. For don't you know, soldier, your father awaits. For the weak, please be strong, lift them up, carry on. For home is just over the hill. March on, soldier, be strong. Don't put down your rifle, the fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on. For home is just over the hill. March on, soldier, be strong. Don't put down your rifle, the fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on. For home is just over the hill.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That goes on to everybody that's struggling to cope with whatever situation it is that you are experiencing in your life right now. That was March On by Billy Black. And right before that, we had See Your Siri by Watenda Wheelie. And right now, we're about to shout out a beautiful, beautiful woman, a powerful woman, a woman who is doing her thing. And the name of this particular awesome woman is Victoria Kimani. When I say the name Victoria Kimani, what comes to mind? Honestly, the year is 2013, and I'm just hearing Toto, Toto. Honestly, that song was a hit. That song was a hit. I shouldn't have been listening to it. Me and the Christian household that I come from. Hey, my mom was just like, shetani. And let me not comment more on that. But basically, Victoria Kimani has been doing a thing. She's been doing a thing. She's been doing a...
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Technical hitches. Unaona mkifinya mabuttons zenye hamjui kutumia. Samshaambiwa, don't be like me. Victoria Kimani is a dynamic lady who has become very prominent in the Kenyan music scene and has been doing a thing for the longest. She's just one of the women who have been very consistent in the industry through the ups and downs of what it looks like being a female artist, being an artist in general. So who is she? She is a Kenyan singer, she's a Kenyan songwriter, and she's an entrepreneur. And she is known for her significant contributions to the African music scene. Honestly, yeah, because she did take African music into the international scene. And that was her, I believe that was her first single. That was her single, and it hit. Yani, imagine your first single is a hit everywhere in the whole wide world. I love that for her so, so much. So who is she? She was born on the 28th of July, 1985. If that's how up close and personal you want to get it. She was born in LA, California, USA. Wewe na hapo nyuma ya ID. Mulizaliwa wapi? But anyways, guys, we're not imperialists. It's okay to be born in your home country, in a cute little orchard that nobody knows. It's fine. Wengine wanazaliwa LA, in California, USA. Wewe unazaliwa pale sijui wacha tu. Let me stop. This is bad behavior. This is, even your colonial walitufunza, we are rebuking, we're canceling, we're decolonizing. Anyways, that's where she was born. And she obviously is Kenyan, and she spent her early life in Kenya. Alienda shule wapi? Alienda Daystar University, guys. Look at me. Look at me being in good company, the company of greatness. Yeah, and uko Daystar ali somea communication. Haha, surprise, surprise. You see how greatness is made? Do you see me and her? Same. And it's actually important that she studied this because it actually shaped her artistic expression and her understanding of media in general, because clearly she has been doing a lot in putting herself out there. She is an international celebrity. People across the world know who Victoria Kimani is, not just in Kenya. And then what did the early beginnings of her music career look like? She started in the mid 2000s and going into 2010s, and she started performing in local venues, and she did this in order to hone her craft. And then she gained recognition with her debut single Mtoto. You can't handle this, Tata. Ooh, do you remember? Honestly, you cannot handle this. We could not handle her. We could not. Nalikuwa nasema you can't handle this. Like, nani talk about you can't handle this, honestly, and that's to you guys. That's to you guys. You can't handle this. You can't have none of this. You cannot have none of this. You cannot handle this because, hey, uyu mtoto ni wa Yesu. That's the reason why. There's no other deep reason. And this was released in 2013. And honestly, it was an exciting single that really just topped the charts everywhere. Like, honestly, this song was hot for like a whole 2 years. And then they played it everywhere. They played it on Netflix shows. They played it on reality shows. I think it was also there on MTV Sugar, if you know what I'm talking about. Iko YouTube, guys. The show that made Lupita famous. Makes me feel so weird when people say that they support local. Like, how Jai watch MTV Sugar. Yes, it was not locally produced, but it was very, very locally produced. The locations were local. The production team might not have been Kenyan, but it was locally produced, if you get what I'm saying. So please kindly go over on YouTube and watch MTV Sugar. It talks about sexual health. It talks about reproductive rights. It talks about usherati na venye inawafanyia huku Nairobi. Muache. Stop it. Stop. So yeah, that's how big her single Mtoto was. That's how big it was. It was everywhere. And honestly, you could not get away. You couldn't get away from it. What has she released since then? 2017, she released Safari. This was her debut album that features a blend of Afrobeat, because she started over in Chocolate City in Lagos and Nigeria. That was the first record label that actually signed her, Chocolate City. Nani tunajua from Chocolate City? This guy who sang this song, Kenny Big Deal, Sherry, we're on fire. Was it Chevy? Who was that? Ice Prince. Was it Ice Prince? Yeah, that was a guy from Chocolate City. That's the recording label that signed Miss Victoria Kimani and helped her get to her immense success with her debut single Mtoto. So debut album 2017. So it featured Afrobeat, R&B, and pop, and includes hits like Shutdown, Give It To Me, and Nairobi, which really reflects her diverse talent, diverse musical influences, right? And later on, she continued to release singles that really resonate with her audience. Such as My Money, Mama, and other various collaborations. So she doesn't have like a thick library, but she has a good reputation, I would have to say, because see, now we know who she is, even if she doesn't have like 6 million albums out. Who has she collaborated with? Who has Miss Victoria Kimani collaborated with? She has collaborated with our fave Yemi Alade in Nakupenda, and Pato Ranking in I'm in Love, and Fino in Eze. It's so weird that when you see some of those people's names, you literally hear them signing their names in their songs. Like, it's Yemi Alade. No. See, she did that Africa song with Sauti Sol. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Pato Ranking also does. He signs his name. Fino, not so much, but yeah. Anyways, so she's very versatile. She collaborates with anyone and everyone because she can. And I love that for her. So what's her musical style? What are her musical influences? Primarily, her music falls within Afrobeat, R&B, and pop, and she often integrates traditional African rhythms with very contemporary sounds. And then she goes all Nicki Minaj when it comes to the visuals, and very urban African. urban African. She gives me a very Kelly Rowland. And what's okay. I forgot. I don't know people's names because I barely I barely interact with a lot of, music out there. You see, us, we're here, we're underground. We're here with the roots. We're here in the struggle of, guys, give artists platform, give artists visibility, support local. So ukuinje mina sahawingi a lot of what's going on in the mainstream scene. But there's a Nigerian lady who's known, whose name has just disappeared. Honestly, it's fine. It is okay. So she's very into the traditional African rhythm, just twinged with a very contemporary sound. And the themes that often feature in her music, they focus on empowerment, on love, on relationships and social issues. And she's particularly concerned with women in Africa, herself being a beautiful African queen, and she often uses her platform to inspire and uplift her audience, particularly young women. So we're going to put a pin on that for now while we go on a music break, and we are going to be hearing from Vuwa saying Panda Basi and Hat the Band Ukimwona Niwe Tinongelea. Like, if you see them, let me know that I want to holler. Okay, so yeah, Panda Basi, Vuwa Ukimwona, Hat the Band.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Nairobi's very cold. Baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uje Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uje Nairobi. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been so long. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Ayabasi Andavasi uje Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uje Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uje Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uje Nairobi. Hey, lately Nairobi's very cold. Baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been so long, yeah. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long, yeah. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Ayabasi Pandavasi uchi Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi uchi Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi uchi Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi uchi Nairobi.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Kusema kweli bado na kuhata, and on the daily bado na kufata. Kosa sio hoja zaidi ya kukupenda. Vipi nikatupa ndoto tulizoziota. Uliniwasha nare enzi zetu za kupare, kwa mvinyo na makale, magizani hadi ngware, nikijifanya dakitare wa mabinti wale. wenye shepu za hatari, nikapotelea ndani, ila mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda, ukimwona mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda, ukimwona tabasamu la kishua, roho sawa na mabua. I can't help but miss you every morning, vile unapendeza. Kama ningeweza jua yepi ya kutarajia, nisingejipata mashakani kwa niliyoyatenda. Ninayempenda ni wewe, hakuna mwingine wa kubadili penzi. Ningependa tuelewane, kiburi kisinikosanishe nawe. Oh, uliniwasha pale na sikushika nare, ukanisema kwa jirani kwamba mimi kisirane, aibu za hadharani, vile penzi hatari, njoo unipe amani kama hapo zamani. Mwambie nampenda, oh yeah, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda, ukimwona mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda, ukimwona. Mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda, ukimwona. Mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda, ukimwona. Mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda, ukimwona.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Nampenda. Ooh, nampenda. Well, guys, we said that people need to start a chama so that I stop singing. It's very necessary because why? Why do I always burst out in song? Because I'm a happy girl. Actually, guys, do you know that my name means song of joy? The Irish. My name, Caroline, has German roots. It has English, Irish roots. And that one of the Irish meanings of my name, Caroline, is song of joy. So I'm a happy girl and I'm a girl that loves to sing. I don't care how it sounds. I mean, low-key, I do care, but when it happens, we're just going to pretend like I sound like Beyonce, okay? Okay, all right. And this is why you guys are my besties. You get me. You get me, Cindy-o. Yeah, and speaking of getting somebody, we were talking about Miss Victoria Kimani. We were talking about how intentional she is using her platform to inspire and uplift her audience, particularly in the matters of empowerment, women empowerment, love, relationships, and social issues. She's all about the African girlies and advocacy and social impact. What does she do in particular? She is a vocal advocate. She's a vocal advocate for women's rights and empowerment in the music industry. These girls have a lot to say. You know, when we often do our woman crush Wednesday, we've heard from a few of the ladies that we've shouted out that it's not easy in this industry for women. Women actually need to, like, we see women shining, but we tryna pitia behind the scenes in comparison to what men go through. is really a lot, like very gender specific challenges. So she is very vocal about advocating for women's rights as well as empowerment of women in the music industry. And she really addresses vocally the challenges faced by female artists and really emphasizes on the importance of representation. Seeing that she's a girl who was born in LA, California, she's somebody who is, you know, very familiar with the international scene, and her being a powerful woman in the industry. Obviously, she's seen what goes on with the ladies because she's made it there. She's made it into the rooms that often don't leave space for women. And then, you know, she's very interested in being vocal about social issues. And she engages with different issues through her music, through public statements, as well as very intentionally encouraging her fans to engage in discussions about gender equality as well as societal change. Aside from being a songbird and an advocate, what else does she do? She has business ventures. She's an entrepreneur. So she has launched a beauty line that focuses on hair and skincare products. And this business initiative really reflects her passion for beauty as well as self-expression. And that just solidifies her brand. That she's all about, you know, putting yourself out there, letting people know who you are. Introduce yourself when you get into the room by the things that you do and not necessarily the things that you say. Mimi, I introduce myself by talking because it's literally my job. Literally, I don't have an option. I don't have an option. So let's look at her personal life because we like to get up close and personal. She is very private with her personal life. Very, 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 very private. But what she does share is her struggles and experiences, challenges when it comes to being a woman in a male-dominated industry. So you'll just see streams of that across her social media. And she has an inspiring journey because you can tell that she's worked hard. You can tell that she has really kicked butt to make it to the top. It wasn't by chance. She wasn't just lucky. Right. So as of 2023, she continues to release new music, as well as engage fans through various platforms. And she is a significant figure in the African music scene, consistently exploring new sounds and themes in her work. So she does not have an album recently out, but she does have singles that are out. So just to put a cap on this powerful woman, let us see what recognition and awards she's been able to garner for herself across the years. And these are some of the notable ones, right? So in 2014, she was nominated for Best Artist by the African Music Awards, AMAs. Those are a big deal. If you didn't know, now you're in the know. 2014 as well, she was nominated for Best Breakthrough Act for the MTV Music Awards. There's a Mama Awards. Obviously, that was for Mtoto. 2016, fast forward, she won Best Female Artist for African Entertainment Awards. That's AEA Awards. And in 2017, she was nominated for Best Female MVP in the Sound City MVP Awards. Beautiful. 2018, she was nominated for Best Soundtrack at the Zanzibar International Film Festival. Remember how I told you that her music really has been making it into the film scene? Yes. 2019, she was nominated for collaboration for the song Nakupenda featuring Yemi Alade, and this is the African Entertainment Awards. 2020, she was nominated for Best African Artist, the International African Music Awards. Wow. In order for you to be nominated as the best African artist, guys, do you understand the quality, the dedication, the drive, the push that you need to put out to get to this place? It's a lot. Yeah. And so basically she's gotten a lot of accolades and recognition from the media, from music platforms, for her impactful contributions to music, as well as her advocacy for women in the industry. And she has featured in various lists celebrating influential women in the music industry. And she has been acknowledged as a role model for aspiring female artists. So that's basically what Victoria Kimani has been able to achieve as far as accolades are involved. And I'm so pleased to be able to honor her on our Sheversations, because that's just somebody who's holding up the light for African women, opening doors and actually, pulling other women up, advocating for the girlies. She gives me MDQ vibes, Modoni the drama queen, but like Wamaju. She gives me those vibes of like, hey, I've made it, but now let me come and fight for space for us, because I know what it's like. I've seen what's out there. Let me fight. Let me create spaces. Let me make space for the next girl so that they don't have to go through the same struggle that I have had to go through. And now, right about now, 12:15, that is 15 minutes past 12. We are just cruising right into our conversation for the day. But right before we get into that, we're going to be reminded that Uchumi Nimbaya by Flyer and Ambia by Billy Black. We're doing a lot of reflection this Friday, a lot of reflection. So enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Jana wikidari riba, leo unaimba, vile na kumada. Mwezi umefika kwa kona, unaniona, winidanda. Stima imeanza kubip, sasa anani beep. New phone, new business care. Gesi imekauka, na unga imepanda bei. Kwani haujui, hali ya uchumi ni mbaya, je. Wapi wale wote ulikimbilia, vitu vikiniendea mbaya, we. Kama hungeniringia ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia. Kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha zimefilisisha. Wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Chumi ni mbaya, we. Chumi ni mbaya, woshe. Sijisikie vibaya, mpenzi. Tapitia haya sote. Tule mbuzi na viazi karai. Eti wataka nije nikakupika, umejipoda wafi na vumbi haikufai. Uski, petroli ilikauka, na ubazika panda bei. Kwani haujui, hali ya uchumi ni mbaya, we. Kama si kiburi chako ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia. Kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha zimefilisisha. Wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Chumi ni mbaya, we. Chumi ni mbaya, woshe. Sijisikie vibaya, mpenzi. Tutapitia haya sote. Taarifa ambazo sasa zimetufikia, wanandoa wapigana kama mabondia. Pesa kukosekana kweli ni hatia. Wangapi kila siku wanakatisiana juu ya uchumi mbaya.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Wipe my tears dry. With your smile convince my broken heart I will be okay someday. To do whatever it takes to do. I don't mind, I don't care, as long as I end up with you. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando. Ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando. Ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Take my wings and fly. Don't be scared to try and touch the sky. If you fall, I will be there. To do whatever it takes to do. I believe in you. Ambia ambia wengine wasonekano, mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia
Music all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Power Radio, Power Radio. We are live. Sheversations. It is 21 past 12, and we have just finished shouting out Miss Victoria Kimani. Now, I want to know, what are you grateful for this year? What are you guys grateful for this year? What are you grateful for? Can you tell me? I'm just going to give it a moment. Remember the Dora the Explorer thing that we do? I taught you guys. You guys are good students. I taught you. Like, I say something and then I pause, and then wherever you are, you respond. So what are you grateful for this year? What are you grateful for? I am grateful for the gift of community. I am grateful for the gift of faith. I am grateful for the gift of good mental health, because guys, I cannot tell you, you can never take it for, oh my goodness, take for granted mental health. Mental health, guys? No, actually, it's not funny. Let me just tell you, it's often not funny. It's often not funny. Like most of the time, it's just, sijui niseme aje. You might have everything physically catered for you. You might have your job working for you, but if your mind is not okay, you can't really enjoy those things. So they're practically useless. Do you understand? Those things become really, 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 really useless. And I think that something that I've come to be so grateful for that I cannot take for granted is the fact that I have a relationship with a higher power, and for me that's Jesus Christ. So honestly, that centers me. That brings me back to my senses. It genuinely gives me a sense of direction. And I would say that even when things are bad, I know that somebody is working for my good. Even when the situation is really weird, I'm just like, hey, I have a Father in heaven who's taking care of me. So I want to know what you guys are grateful for this year, as we are reflecting on everything that's good and everything that's maybe not so great. Maybe it's just the fact that you're alive. You know, we've lost so many people this year. People are still losing people out there because of injustice and mismanagement of the country. If this country was a company, mismanagement is the issue. But I really would like to know, what are you reflecting on right now? Because for me, going into November just becomes such a reflective time where you start to ask yourself, where was I in January? Where was I in February? Where were you in March? And you're preparing to start over again. Whatever it is that's been happening, at some point is forced to come to an end, and you're forced to start over. So the fact that we're no longer in 2023, kuna mashida zingine you didn't think would end in 2023, na hizo mashida zimeisha, and there's literally nothing you can, you can do about it now. Now you have new problems. And by the time this year ends, those problems will be no more. So that's how it is, the seasons. I'm one of the wisest men in the world, according to history books and the Bible. King Solomon, alisema, I have seen everything under the sun. And he said this in the book of Ecclesiastes. He said, I have seen everything under the sun, and I can guarantee you that everything without God is vanity. Vanity. And Daddy Owen made that song that we love so much, Vanity. Everything is vanity, like vitu zinajirudia, and he said, I have seen everything under the sun. And then that book, the book of Ecclesiastes, also talks about seasons, how vitu unapitia, kuna watu wengi wameshapitia and they didn't die from those problems, except for the people that actually literally die from their problems. But like, if we're not being so morbid, it's a morbid time in Kenya right now, but if we're not being so morbid, you'd realize that you can actually get through whatever it is, even if it doesn't seem like. And for me, that's why faith is such an important thing, because I'm able to come out of my perspective and have a God perspective. God perspective. God-spective is what we're going to call it. Yeah, I'm able to have a God-spective of every single situation. Completely powerless in the situation, but what is my Heavenly Father planning for me? Is he a good father? Do I believe that he's a good father? If his name is Jairo, do I actually believe that he's my provider? If his name is Rafa, do I actually believe that he's my healer? And I've realized that the more that I live by faith personally as Caroline Murote, as opposed to living, by the book, the ear, just seeing what's happening and deciding what to do, taking things as they are, I've realized that it's actually more beneficial for me. And so I just want to encourage somebody out there who might be going through a really, 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 really rough time. Somebody who might not even be understanding, why are they even alive? Does God even love them? Is God even a real person, a real thing? And I just want to let you know that a bunch of people have been where you're at and they've made it through. So that means that there is hope. Yeah, and sometimes you come out with lots of trauma from those situations. You come out really messed up. Some people come out messed up, financially, like, you have to leave your house. You have to, you don't have your job anymore. You don't have your source of income, because I'm just like, see when you wanaweka, there are food carts ndani ya choo. Niju hawana options zingine, honestly speaking. Like, you might want to say whatever it is. We can sit here on our high horse and say whatever. Yes, as human beings, they are responsible to do better, but do they have the means? And so basically you'd find yourself in such a desperate situation, and then you realize that it was never gonna last forever. And for me, I think faith is the missing link for a lot of us, and actually having a point, a sense of direction. Like, what are you linking your faith on? Like, you're not just believing things will get better, but you're believing things will get better because there's a God in heaven who's working things for your good, and you're being intentional to find out the direction that he has for your life. So that was your sermon for today. Come on, just on my Biblia Leo. Then I will be here for you guys. And before we get into our topic for the day, before we dive into what's happening, we are going to hear from Muthaka and Chemutai Sage saying go, and So Alive also by Chemutai Sage. This is for you. Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Never had a love that felt like this. Too deep in there to see the consequence. We had each other, now it's come undone, and I can't forget all the memories. Laying beside you is the thing I miss, and on your heart all the promises. Can't decide if this is right or wrong. All I know is that it's so hard to move on. Mapenzi yako yanichanganya, kila wanipasi kawaida. Don't wanna know if I'm still on your mind, but you should know you'll always be mine. I tip a 10, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. 10 out of 10, I know where I'd rather be. Secret obsession, I'ma run out of patience. It's so hard to imagine what we had stuck in. Trying to see through the smoke. If it's a sign, you let me know. Still got some things I like to show you, but if you've come to the end of the road, you don't want me anymore. Just let me go. Just let me go. If I could take it all back, if I forget you, maybe it's for the better. Something's got me good. I'd stay for the sunshine, pray for something sane, but I guess it's easier crying in the rain. Mapenzi yako ilinishangaza, ukiniacha mimi nikizupa. Respect's no longer being served at this table, and my heart feels so unable, and I gotta recognize that I can't win this fight, cause I thought that I was flying in the sky, but I was drowning in the ocean. It fixed up your love. I should pretend I'm not where I'm supposed to be. 10 out of 10, I know where I'd rather be. It's a secret obsession, I'm all run out of patience. It's so hard to imagine what we had stuck in, trying to see through the smoke. If it's a sign, you let me know. Still got some things I'd like to show you, but if we come to the end of the road, you don't want me anymore. Just let me go. Just I dream of a sky where the lights never die down. I'm awake in my sleep and I'm falling to the ground. I want the answers to the questions of the reactions, whether it makes sense or the path is fatal attraction. Is it the whiteness of the cloud or the steam in my mirror? Is it the broken of a glass? Could it be more clearer? 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. Through the rain and the hail and the fire, do whatever they bring till I get my desire. Is it the whisper of an angel or the pounding of my heartbeat? Is it the playing of a record where the drumming and the bass meet? 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down. 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down. No matter what they try, I'ma stay so alive. I dream of a sky where the lights never die down. I'm awake in my sleep and I'm falling to the ground.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Welcome back, my loves. We have 25 minutes left of this conversation. And today today we're fighting, ladies. Today we're fighting. Today we are fighting because Nyinyi Kwenjem, y'all are toxic. Let's tuambiane ukweli, please. Today we're talking about toxic femininity, toxic female behavior. What am I talking about? Your toxicity. Yes, ma'am, you. Your toxicity. Because unaona, in spaces where Sheversations exists to amplify the female voice, there's also spaces where women are taking advantage of the empowerment being given to them. And it's going under the radar because women uko nje wanauliwa, wengine wanarepiwa, wengine wanachapwa, wengine wananyamazishwa, wengine wananyimwa jobs. And then where you are just being oppressive as a woman and making life hard for the rest of us. What does it mean to be a toxic woman? What is toxic femininity? It's any thoughts, actions, or behaviors by women that benefit or defer others. Defer means unashukisha. Unashukisha watu. You are condescending. You look down on people. usually males, at the expense of a woman's independence, agency, full range of emotions, and emotional and mental well-being. Whew. Wow. So do you understand that it actually undermines a woman's independence? It undermines a woman's agency. It undermines a woman's full range of emotions as well as emotional and mental well-being. If you're a woman that is toxic, you are getting in the way of your femininity because you're displaying traits that we do not have. As the girlies, we want to live soft lives. We want to choose to be somebody's wife for life, be kept, be happy, have a bunch of their babies, or be a strong, independent career woman, or do both. That right is reserved for us to make and choose for ourselves. Like Kini, what's actually going on out here is that there's a lot of misogyny. Munajua misogyny, guys? Munajua? Do you know? Misogyny. What's misogyny? Dora the Explorer. What's misogyny? Tell me now. Tell me. No? I'm doing misogyny, guys. It's basically the hatred of women. When you act in a way that looks like, ooh, I don't like women too much, I don't think highly of them, so let my actions and my words reflect that. That's what misogyny is. So toxic femininity is a form of internalized. You have internalized it. Like when you internalize the hatred of dark skin, ndio mana you just, as a dark skinned man, you just want to marry light skinned women. And holla, shout out to our light skinned sisters. We love you. That's not even what we're talking about. But like as a dark skin, like we switch off the lights, we can't see you anymore. Like anywhere where you only date yellow girls. That is internalized hatred. Internalized. You do not like your darkness. It's not just the preference. No. You actually have a problem. Oh my God, I can't dark-skinned girls. Because dark-skinned girls are their character. Dark-skinned girls are their personalities. Is it their home training? Wife material comes in skin complexion. Y'all are weird. That's internalized. That's an example of when you internalize hatred. Something that works against yourself. That's when like you've internalized it. It's there, it exists uko nje against you, like you've internalized it. Now it's coming from inside of you. Do you understand? Like when I say internalized sexism, if you were to say Caroline exhibits and displays a lot of internalized sexism, it means that I am sexist against myself and other women. Something that would naturally be directed towards me, against me, now is coming out of me at my expense, also at the expense of other women. Again, that's what internalized means. So basically, toxic femininity is a form of internalized misogyny, which involves restricting yourself to stereotypically feminine behaviors in order to appeal men. Pick me. Woo! Pick me, say louder for the ones at the back. Pick me. Do you know what a pick me is? Yeah, we're about to go deep. Actually, we don't have time for that. So pick me, we're going to save that for another day. Ladies, we're not just here to say fight for women. We're also saying women, stop it. Ladies, we are very unbiased. So it's more common than you think to stereotypically do feminine behaviors in order to appeal to men. That's actually toxic. That's very toxic. Do you get? That's actually toxic. So, this term describes potentially negative impacts of society's standards for women. Women's beauty standards. For example, a woman to look good, she must wear heels. In order for a woman to look good, she must always do full face makeup. For a woman to look good and to look like she's taking herself seriously and professionally, she must wear a wig or weave. Are you seeing where we're going with this? Are you seeing the pressure that you as a woman at some point you have faced? You can't go to an event if you're not wearing certain things. And this has nothing to do with dress code, boys and girls. No. These are standards because you can be smart and elegant without having to wear heels. Heels look cute, but the fact that if you chose to not wear heels to an elegant event, you would look like you're not taking yourself seriously as a woman. That is a standard that does not work for us. If you choose to go with your face, when ulizaliwa Mungu akakucreate, on the 7th day, he saw that it was good. 6th day, he saw that it was good. He created man and women, he created them and saw that they were good. And you feel like your face is not good enough? as it is to go to a nice event, people are looking like, see, at least angejipaka ka makeup. At least to fix what? Her natural face. And then we have our influencers. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. You're just going to have to deal with my face today. I don't have any makeup on. No, stop apologizing for your face. Like, tulifika hapa aje. You're just going to have to deal with my face. You're going to have to deal, like, venye nilizaliwa, you're going to have to deal with it. Like, I'm very sorry that I am subjecting you to, like, suffering by having to look at me in my natural state. Guys, that's actually wild. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about standards which are negative. Those are standards that are negative. And I'm not saying that there's an issue with having makeup on, that there's an issue with having heels on, but those are just examples of how we enforce unrealistic standards that set the value of women to the point where if you're not buying in, you don't want to wear a straight, you don't want to put on human hair or whatever synthetic hair on your head. You don't want to for whatever reasons. And you just keep your hair natural and you enjoy it that way. Somebody somewhere is going to have a lot to say. A good example is our news readers on media. Who do you ever see with their afro? In South Africa, they're rocking their afros. On national television, primetime news, they rock their short hair. They rock dreadlocks. Why? Because wanajipenda. And then there's us here. Could never be caught dead showing natural hair on TV unless it is straightened. Think about it. That's what we're talking about. So that is exactly what toxic femininity is anything that is potentially negative, that impacts society's standards of women in a negative way. All right. So now, what toxic female behavior are we talking about? Like, literally, what does it mean? It can describe any instance when women are either explicitly told to conform to traditional stereotypes or attempt to align with those stereotypes themselves, according to, somebody said that, Megan Rice, who is a therapist. That's what she said. I'm getting this from headline.com. At its core, I cannot read. It's an internalization of misogynistic values and power structures. Whoo. And how does it affect us? In several different ways. Remember, we're dealing with the behavior in just a moment. So I'm just telling you where it comes from. So basically, you come off as passive, you come off as compliant, you come off as sensitive, and then on the other end, you come off as aggressive. There are so many different ways that it actually affects us. So let's see that if you're really, really struggling, you are really, really struggling with toxic feminism, what are some of the traits you might be displaying that are going against everything women who are fighting for women empowerment are fighting for? Number one, using emotions to get your way. Because you see, we've taken parts and pieces of a puzzle that do not belong to us, that do not make who we are, because we're trying to make ourselves presentable to society. Hence, you're left with a human being who has no sense of agency, like a human being who's a shadow of herself. And this is the result. In the same way, when you don't raise men well, you get very toxic men. You get men who don't actually understand that being masculine is not domineering over people. It is literally the same thing with women. When you narrow down women to like a version and a fraction of themselves, you get a lot of female toxicity, toxic feminism. Number one, using emotions to get her way. That is a pattern that a lot of toxic women do. Number two, being hypocritical. And number three, having control issues. So let's talk about number one, using emotions to get her way. A woman who is using emotions to get her way, literally manipulating a situation, would be lashing out in an angry way until the man gives in, or another woman, just to keep the peace because, woo, me kasirika. Starting to cry every time there's an argument so that the man feels guilty and gives in. And what this does is that if there's somebody else that this person will address who will actually be crying for a genuine reason, this man will not believe them because you have taught them that you use your tears to be manipulative. So they'll become desensitized and become even more cold-hearted. Sometimes were the reasons why these men are hard and treat us like trash. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. Nobody deserves to be treated like trash, but we can be honest about how we get there. We can. What else? Not displaying emotions directly, but using them covertly in a passive aggressive way to get what you want. Silent treatment, being sarcastic, punishing somebody silently, passive aggressiveness. Like, you're unhappy and you're like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm having the time of my life. Because you want this person to feel really, really bad. And I'm not just saying that this is always done on purpose. I'm just saying that this is as a result of having toxic female behavior that we need to stop. How do we fix this? How do we fix using emotions to get your way? As a woman, you need to separate emotions from decision making. How do you do that? These decisions need to be rational. They need to follow a mature process. If emotions come, they will be dealt with separately. For example, if you're deciding where to go on holiday and your partner gets triggered and starts crying, you stop the decision-making process. You're like, we'll come back when you're done crying. You clearly need a moment. You're clearly not in a state to continue with this conversation. Let us proceed. Even me, I'm learning, guys. Maybe I'm the one. I'm also learning. If you would like to support said woman in her process, then you can actually help her understand why she's upset. Like, what are your fears? What needs are you missing? What's making you cry? And really reassure this woman that her needs are really important. And let her know after you calm down and feel better, we can continue the decision-making process. Yes? Yes. Number 2. Toxic female behavior is being hypercritical. Oh, saa hiyo nywele unaipeleka wapi? Saa hii kazi yako, we ni mwanaume hata. Yeah. That's toxic. That's really, 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 really toxic, guys. That is really, niliwambia guys that I'm also a counselor. Msiniuliza nilitoa degree wapi, but like, being hypercritical is one thing that really damages relationships and friendships. When you're just hypercritical, there's a difference between having opinions, giving feedback, giving constructive criticism, being very detailed in your expression, and being hypercritical. Hypercritical means that you are nitpicking unprovoked for no beneficial reason. And what you're saying might be true, but it's unnecessary. Hakuna mtu inasaidia. So the issue with a hypocritical partner is that it chips away from somebody's self-esteem until they start to doubt their intelligence, their talents, and their worth. And the reason why this shows up is because it's often an unconscious power struggle. People who are hypercritical, ma'am, when you're hypercritical, you tend to feel insecure and anxious on the inside. And so you try to stay in control through keeping other people small. It is subconscious. See, I want to make you small. It's subconscious. It's you're projecting, basically. You're projecting. And I know in our culture, in our Kenyan culture, we don't have a very comfortable feedback culture. We don't. We actually don't know how to have healthy conversations. We don't know how to resolve conflict openly. So a lot of things that are actually not critical are taken as criticism. But with that said, this is an actual issue. So we need to learn to differentiate the difference between somebody who's hypercritical and somebody who's giving constructive criticism. And that can only happen if we introspect, right? So how can we fix somebody who's a hypercritical? How? What actually helps? Giving somebody feedback like, you are being disrespectful right now. Please stop. I have noticed that you're starting to become critical. Can we please continue this conversation later? Putting a break on that. Saying, don't label me. Don't call me stupid. It's fine. Whatever decision I made was not making sense, but don't call me stupid. If you feel like I am addressing you like a stupid person, stop me in that point and let me know that and tell me, hey, I do not prefer to be spoken to like this. I hear what you're saying, but could you please refrain from using such and such an expression, such and such a term? And what's the weight of this issue right now? Is this a problem that we need to go into depth with right now? What part of our day, our week, our month, or our emotions is it going to affect if we don't deal with this thing right now? As a woman, you need to realize that, yes, this man might not be listening to you, but being hypocritical, idea, they will literally go back into their shell. Yeah? Again, different from giving feedback where there's an issue, because a lot of people avoid problems. They do a lot of interesting situations where they don't want to deal with anything. That's different. That's a different situation. So you see, the more we get into this, behavioral issues, this attitude issues, then we will learn to differentiate, guys. We're going to be smart on the outside and on the inside. We're going to be intelligent, emotionally intelligent creatures here. If you're a Sheversationalist, you cannot remain an ignorant person. I'm the one for you. I love you. I already told you. Another toxic female behavior that y'all need to stop, that we need to stop as women, is control issues. Hey, when a woman tries to control her partner's choices or her friend's choices, lifestyle, or relationships with others, it can be difficult to recognize, because when people think of controlling, they mostly think of a masculine behavior. Yeah. But basically, how many times do you see couples where the woman is the one that does shopping for her partner? And not because he's refused to do it, arranges the social engagement of this partner, not because he cannot organize his own, telling him what haircut to get, and managing their finances. Guys, you can actually be a good partner, good wife without actually controlling somebody. But if you treat your man like a child, what do you actually want from them? There's a difference between sharing roles and agreeing and being the one that's organizing, and actually doing things that make and render this person powerless, because you're basically treating them like you're their mother. Because mothers do take care of kids. They must. That's literally what it means to be a mom. Do you understand? At some point as a mother, you must control your kids because you are raising them the way you want. So you must tell them, no, come home this time, do this, do that. It's not the same thing as a relationship. In the relationship, you agree. If your partner hates shopping, you can do shopping for them. If they're busy, you can do shopping for them. If you guys have agreed that you do the shopping, you do the shopping. But if they want to do the shopping today, they can do the shopping. CRT, oh, I'm the only one who can do this for you. That's controlling behavior. Why is this a toxic behavior? It creates a mother-son dynamic in the relationship. It kills the attraction on both sides. We just said that. It undermines a man's masculinity or a friendship. It makes the man feel weak and disrespected. It destroys their confidence as well as playfulness. Yeah. It will leave you, ma'am, exhausted and stressed, making fulfilling intimacy impossible, because women need to feel relaxed in order to open up on an intimate level. And when you feel like you feel the need to take care of this man, you must take care of him. And nobody asked you, like this man, you can actually, the same way you're doing things for him with all your energy, use that energy. God forbid if he didn't learn, to teach him how to do these things by himself, if you've actually decided to spend your life with this person. The solution is to actually take charge of your life. Sir, you're together, but manage your part. You can do this in a loving way. You can invite this person to a nice meal and tell them that there is unhealthy patterns and that you'd like to change them. So please do not tell ma'am that she has control issues. You don't say that to women. That's a trigger point. She might not know better. She might have seen this in her household. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse to do it. But the truth is, the same way a lot of men don't know better until they're taught when they're older, mostly by their girlfriends, wives, and female friends, is the same way that some women don't know better. They just do what they saw. But it's not an excuse. We fix it when we get information. So you tell this woman that I would like to change something, and that it's really important if I take this part and this part of my life, and I'm really grateful for what you've done, but you don't need to do this for me anymore. And if you notice that these old patterns are coming back again, you can let them know that, hey, thank you, I can make my choices in this space. And maybe now if this person starts to fight, you'll be like, I think you might have control issues. And you might go back to the first solution of, when somebody feels the need to be emotional every single time there is an issue, you can ask them, what's your fear? Do you feel like you don't matter? Do you feel like the only value you have to offer me is when you act like my maid or my mother? Is that your only value to me? Is that how you feel? So now that you don't have me to follow around, you don't have me to pick up after, have you lost your sense of worth as a woman? These are things that women feel everywhere. Imagine you've been cooking for your person for the past 3 years, and then he comes home and he's like, I will be cooking half of the meals. You'll be like, Kwani, my cooking is not good. Nini, nini. A lot of women tend to go down that road. It's very sad, very unfortunate, but that's the truth. So yeah, that was just a little bit. I don't want to shock you too much. The year has not ended. We're gonna get into it. But that was just a little bit, a small snippet that, guys, women empowerment does not mean that you start taking advantage of people. So please stop using your emotions to get your way, using them, abusing them. Stop being hypocritical, especially in relationship settings, and stop having control issues. Ladies, those are toxic feminine issues. That is toxic femininity. The same way we say toxic masculinity, that is toxic for women as well. So I hope, gents, you can see we're very biased for you today, towards you. We're very unbiased. We're very, we talk to everybody about everything here on Sheversations. So we talk to the ladies about Munachoma. So even as we're fighting for ourselves, watu wacha kuchoma, and that's actually the end of our show. I'm actually very, very sad. Am I though? It's the weekend. Guys, please let's party responsibly. If you want, come to church, come to Ngara Shopping Complex, 5th floor, Leo, 5 p.m. Takuapo. Kesho from 9 Ntakuapo. Sunday, the whole day Ntakuapo because we have a conference. I already told you we're celebrating 10 years. That's what I'm going to be doing. Let me know. Holla at me on the socials at Power Radio, at Caroline Murote, Caroline_Murote on Insta. Let me know. Let me know what's popping. Let me know what you're doing with your week. Ata kama ni sherehe, guys. Ata kama mnataka kuchafua. Just tell me. I won't judge you. I'll tell you the truth, but I won't judge you. If you're destroying your liver, I'll just be like, okay, liver, bye. Hasta la vista. I'll just tell you the truth. I live a very boring life that I'm very, very proud of. And I hope that you're proud of your life too. I hope that your life is healthy for you emotionally, psychologically, physically, spiritually. Because that's truly all I want for everybody. I just want everybody to do well. So whatever choices you make, if you all decide to do boinky, please do it responsibly and know that there's consequences. Know that there's emotional ties. Y'all decide to go party, drink, smoke up a storm. Remember, your body is going to remember. Your mind, you might be bearing something. You might just be wanting to have a good time. And that's also allowed. Just make sure that you are at peace and fully informed about your decisions and how they will continue to affect you. That's all I'm saying. That we just need to reflect. So let me reflect my way out of this show. And we are going to close it off with Nyombe. Please pray for me. I'm going to pray for you by Nelly Tuikong and Abel Chungu Musuka, one of my faves from Malawi. Yeah, I think that's it. That's how we're signing off today. And have a beautiful weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. Love you lots. Bye.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
To all the ones whose troubles seem to awaken, Lord, give grace. To all the ones who feel like they'll never make it, make me see all of the promises that you have been saving. Live in me so I can overcome the things that would break